respect. The world is crumbling into chaos, and as everyone just lies around waiting for it to happen, pretending nothing is going on.
Hello everyone. It has been a while, hasn't it? Today is June 13th, 2016. And it seems like we've had some very depressing news lately coming out of Florida. Miss Christina Grimmie being shot dead at an autograph signing, and the nightclub shooting. Just tragic. Just tragic. Preventable situations? Maybe. And it's hard to say, you know, after the tragedy has already happened, it's very easy to say whether or not something could have been prevented. But you never really know anymore, do you? As an artist, as a musician, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to Miss Grimmie's family, and hats off to Adam Levine, who did offer to pay for her funeral services. That is quite a nice gesture. It really is a scary world out there, and you grow up, you think, maybe. You start chasing your dreams. You start going after what you want in life. You think maybe you're going to be alright. You feel like you're going to be on top of the world. You feel fucking bulletproof. I'm not meaning that pun intended. But I'm not meaning that, no pun intended, but you feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like nothing's going to stop you. Then something gets you. It's quite scary, really. As some of you may know, my album recently came out, and it's on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. And I gotta admit, with this recent string of violence, senseless violence that we've been experiencing in our world lately, I'm gonna be fucking packing heat. Wherever I go, just find a way to secure myself. Just because it is a very scary situation. I would rather not be in that type of situation, but I would rather be prepared to kick some fucking ass if I ever had to. So, let Miss Grimmie's death be a warning and a reminder to all of my fellow musicians out there that you need to be careful. To anybody out there who's into public performances, be careful. We got a lot of crazies out there that try to hurt us. As far as the motives for this, why this guy did this, I am surprised there's not a lot more coverage. Being that she is from The Voice fame and very popular YouTube personality. But to be honest, the way it was proceeded, or at least the way it was reported, seems like a suicide attempt. He wanted to make sure he would get noticed, but the shooting in Orlando is kind of overriding it. But that poor bastard's really upset now. Now going to the second event in Orlando, the nightclub shooting, I would also like to extend my condolences to the friends and families and the people that have been affected by this situation. It is a rather tragic event. But unfortunately, it was seen coming. I cannot say that it wasn't seen coming to people who know how to look for that type of thing. In fact, I don't remember if I ever made a prediction on this show, but back when Paris was attacked, I made the prediction amongst some friends and family that the next attack upon American soil that is connected directly to ISIS in some manner would take place either June or July of this year. And look what happened. I'm not trying to say I have some foresight. I'm just saying these type of events do have enough of a pattern to where you can predict when they're going to happen. But due to the nature of ISIS and its members, it can be very difficult to track down exactly where something may happen. And unfortunately, that has proven to be his point. Now, with the reports of the shooter actually calling in to 911 services, pledging allegiance to ISIS, this kind of bothers me. People are trying to say this is a direct terrorist link organization, direct link to a terrorist organization, but I don't see it that way. This is a hate crime. That's all it is. The fact that he mentioned he pledged allegiance with ISIS tells me that he was just looking to scare the shit out of people. Yeah, whether or not there may be connections to actual ISIS members, I cannot say for sure. Mainstream media has a way of trying to twist every little nook and cranny into potential links into potential terrorist events. I find it funny that they seem to make an effort to point out that that the weapon he used was of an assault rifle styled. Assault rifle. My God. You people are real. I don't know. It's getting rather ridiculous. You don't need to fancy it up with anything. He brought in an AR-15, started shooting people, had no intention of coming out alive. That's all that's clear. This is a hate crime, and the fact that it is the LGBT pride things going on all around us certainly brings up more attention. And the fact that, he had allegedly started to target Disney World of all places. I honestly think it could be due to the quote-unquote controversy over Finding Dory, where a possible lesbian couple was shown in the trailer. First off, if any of you bigoted assholes are listening, do you not realize who voices Dory? Do you not realize that? I honestly think that would be a correlation. Whether or not it's true, I do not know, and I do not have enough resources within the communities of Florida to check into it myself. But nevertheless, I always tell people, I think the whole gay pride, transsexual, everybody coming out of the closet or deciding which bathrooms they ought to use, it's getting blown way out of proportion. Yes, the violence against people is wrong. I personally don't believe that it really should matter whether or not you like to wear skirts or pants, whether or not you like some John or Jane Doe. I don't really give a fuck. If that's you be you, alright? You want to come out and say that yes, you are? That's up to you. I do not give a shit. I personally believe that we have a lot more pressing issues going on in our world. than focusing on whether or not some Bobby likes some Greg, or if Susie likes Lindsay, and I don't care. Include everybody. We're all gonna get fucked over in the end. It doesn't matter who's who or how you live your life. As long as you enjoy your life, you ain't coming out of this alive. You're gonna have a bunch of assholes try to take you down, but you know what? Enjoy your life. Screw them. But the violence that goes towards them, that is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous. For what reason? For what reasons do we have this? We don't. That is why we have entered we are towards the beginning of the 100 deadliest days of summer, where the heat seems to fry everybody's fucking brain cells. Jesus. It is just getting ridiculous now. And of course, Trump and Clinton are at it, trying to utilize these events to boost their campaigns. Oh, we should ban all Muslims. We should not exclude all of. It's like, okay, here's what I think. Here's what I believe. I side with Clinton's trumped up BS, in that we shouldn't seclude Muslims, because it does play into what the terrorists want. They want us to all be afraid of one another. They want other fear and chaos to run out. But I also do kind of side with Trump a bit. We need way stricter immigration laws. We need things to be a lot stricter. As it goes back to that whole Hispanics coming across the border and expecting everybody to conform to them because they won't bother to learn English. Alright, here's the thing. Here's what I believe. As someone who travels, it is nothing but a sign of disrespect if you do not bother to try to learn at least a little bit about the culture that you are entering. So try to learn at least a little bit of the language. Because what I found in all areas that I've been to, yeah, they're going to tell you you're not a local. It's going to be quite obvious that you're not a local. If they don't pick it up from just looking at you, the way you act will give it away. That you're not from around there. And as long as you try to respect their laws, you try to learn a little bit of their language, I found that they'll actually they'll acknowledge that you are making the effort. And that's all that you really ask for, is that just make the effort to at least try. For every country I've gone to, I've tried to learn at least a little bit of the language, a little bit of the culture, before even stepping foot in the country. It's like when I went to China, I tried to learn a little bit of Mandarin. When I went to France and Italy, I tried to pick up on a few words in both languages. Naturally, those areas do have a lot of fluent English speakers, because they are very heavy tourist spots, but still, it's still a nice sign of respect to the culture if you decide, once you actually try to learn about them, to try to speak their language, try to act like them a bit. It's a sign of respect. And we have all these people, these refugees, and all these people that think that we are going to conform to their society, to where they are heavily patriarchal, the man always has to be first. Like, nah. Nah. No. It's America. Everybody gets screwed over. Everybody gets screwed over equally. Nobody's above anybody. That's how I see it. This is America. We're all getting screwed over all at once. You don't get to make yourself seem like you don't get screwed over less than the rest of us because you have a penis. Or whether or not you're not from this country. Okay. Like, I work at a retail location. I will not bother mentioning the name of the store due to frustrations with the work environment, and I deal with a lot of people who aren't from the area, who don't speak a lot of English, and most of them at least try to make an effort to try to communicate. I don't really care. If y'all think you gotta point to something, if you need some help to point to something, I'll have no problem trying to work with you, try to figure it out. I got no problem with that. I can usually tell that you can't speak a lot of English. If you're willing to at least try to get it to where I can understand you, I'm willing to work with you. Like, hell, there was this gentleman in France. I was on a flight between Paris and Rome. There was this gentleman. He was just loading up his carry-on, and the bins above his head were overfilled. And he noticed that a bin that was a few seats behind him was empty, and nobody was using it. So he was asking another gentleman to try to help him out. I was like, being that, those who see me, I'm a larger guy, I just went ahead, grabbed his bag, slid it in there for him. Because I knew that guys would be a little out of reach. And I just be respectful. Okay? Of course, the guy was a little worried at first, but then when he saw it, I was just trying to help him out. He was cool. But this violence is getting really ridiculous. I mean, I hate people. It's like, I'm starting to think that the people I meet on my travels, some of the people, the people I meet up with when I get over to these exotic destinations, or the people that decide to join me on these trips, these are the only people that get it. That there is so much more to the world. There is no need for all this crap. In fact, if you see the world like this, why don't you come join me on my trip to Thailand? We are still looking for applicants, to people to sign up. You have from now. If you're worried about the cost, you can make payments on it from now until the end of January. So please do feel free to sign up. Information is in the link. Or if you're in the local Twin Falls area, I will be putting up flyers here soon that will detail a few more things. Be sure to keep an eye out for those and give me a shout. These will also have QR codes on the flyers that will take you directly to the website with your mobile device. If you have, be sure to get yourself a QR code app, so that way you can check out the website yourself to where you can sign up and learn more. But still, this world is just getting way ridiculous. I've had enough. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good shit, whatever media you're on. Be sure to check out my album, Trying Something New. It is available now on digital download and audio CD through Amazon services. Be sure to check out my books, check out my YouTube channel. We got gameplay videos going up now. Hell yeah. And we'll also have a lot more exciting news. Be sure to check out my websites, check out all the links below for more information. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.